Hey guys, Trav from Aimrite here. Just thought I'd give you guys a bit of an in-depth video regarding the new 2020 OutRage. We've built this one for a customer who's going overseas to chase cubera. The reason we set this gun up like we did, we've actually toned it down a little bit, but I'll explain everything in depth as we go through the whole entire gun. So if anyone's got any questions, just please feel free to comment, ask a question. We'll always get back to you. All right, so let's start from the top. So basically, you got a tri-cut slip tip. The reason we run the tri-cut slip tip is for penetration. As you can see, these tips are extremely sharp. They've got flutes cut in as well. And they start at 7.5 mil and go right out to 9. And the reason for this is because you want that initial penetration through the fish's thick-bodied skin or bone to really hit with a lot of force. Hence the tri-cut slip tip. And then you want this whole section here to make way for the shaft so that you get your penetration. We've actually also turned up the this part here. This is the part that actually grabs onto the fish as the slip tip engages. The cable we use is extremely thick, around 800 pound. The slip tip adapter actually has notches here, and this is for our spanner that we use to tighten and loosen that to get it on and off the shaft. Down to an 8 mil shaft. The reason we're using an 8 mil shaft on this setup is because we've toned it down slightly. We're chasing cubera, we're not chasing world record marlin or massive tuna, so we've actually toned it down a notch. An 8 mil shaft is plenty for a cubera snapper. 8 mil slide ring, and the reason we can run an 8 mil shaft on this setup is because we're using 14 mil power bands. So 14 mil power bands. So these power bands are actually not as punchy as the 16 mil. And the reason we've got the cheetah bridles on these is basically because of ease of loading. This isn't blue water species we're targeting where you're basically taking one shot. We're chasing fish around the reef, so you want to load this gun slightly quicker than you would a regular double roller. The Mani sub head we've used on this one is the red Mani sub muzzle with ceramic bearings. The ceramic bearings offer a lot better performance, hence the price, and you've got the extra thick side plates which actually protect the wheels. And as you can see, the shiny carbon matches the shiny carbon of the OutRage barrel. So coming down onto this, you've got your OutRage barrel. This is the 2020 barrel. It is a reverse wing barrel. The reason for the reverse wing is so that the rubbers lie nice and flush. Using 14 mil bands, as you can see, they're stretched out to 350%. If the customer feels that they want a bit more power, these can actually go out to 380%. On our rigging, we've used a silicon bungee. These bungees are rated to 350 kilos and made with silicon rubber. So I don't know why companies are still using rubber. It's not a lasting product. The silicon of our bungees will last a lot longer. Flipping it back over and coming down the gun, as you can see, we've got a forward hole on the shaft which is keeping the rubbers well clear of the shooting line. The reel we've gone for this one is at the customer's request. This is actually an Aussie reel made here in Australia. You would have probably heard of Aussie reels through Barry Paxman. Beautiful reels. You can actually load them up with a heap of line. Very popular for their durability. So yeah, you can't go wrong with an Aussie reel really. Back here to the limited edition handle, the red, as you can see, this is a handle we bought out last year. Awesome handle for matching I guess the red scheme, as well as our reverse roller mechanism. So this reverse roller mechanism been super popular lately. Heaps of guys with existing Aimrites have actually been upgrading their mechanisms to this mechanism for its performance. As you can see, there's 3 tabs on the shaft. You only really require 1 for the double roller because you load both tabs back here. Otherwise you can stuff around and load them to each rear notch. Underneath here we've got our 2 buttons, and that basically is where the double rubbers are, I guess, anchored. Okay guys, so that is the OutRage double roller. So yeah, if you're in the market for a blue water gun, these are an absolute performer. We've had a lot of success with these. The guys over in Vanuatu have been stoning doggies left, right and center, and you know, also the Mani sub head has been performing absolutely phenomenal. Really happy with that collab, as well as the guys from Aussie Reels. So guys, if you are after a serious blue water gun, get in touch. We definitely know how to make it happen. Cheers.